Hi lovelies, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amaar. If you are a new subscriber, this is Amaar. I'm a Port Harcourt based YouTuber here in Nigeria. And if you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for staying subscribed. Your subscription is premium to me. Thank you for helping me build this community. I'm so grateful. So this is an unconventional video. Actually, because I'm still building my YouTube channel, I wanted this to be a live, but well, since we are still growing, so I had to convert it to a video. Now let's have an honest conversation on how to heal from a breakup. Let's talk about how to heal from a breakup. Look, whether you like it or not, a breakup, I feel breakups are actually part of life. Like, not everyone has experienced a breakup, but most people have. And I'm going to tell you this: whenever you experience a breakup, it's not always about you. We always personalize breakups, and that I can understand. I mean, you've loved someone, you've invested so much with this person, and then the person just walks away like you do not exist. It's not always about you. You're okay, you're beautiful, you're sweet, and of course, because you are not perfect, so you're a work in progress, so there's still room for improvements and allowances and things like that. But most breakups are usually about the other person's sense of judgment, the other person's preference, taste, the other person's level of growth, the other person's childhood trauma. I'm sure people do not talk about this. The other person's culture, how the person was brought up, what they experienced in their families, and what they learned while growing up, and things like that. So I'm sorry if you're going through a hard time, an emotional hard time. Well, I'm sorry if you're going through a heartbreak. This is my love to you. You're special, and again, there is nothing wrong with you. Now, one of the ways, okay, so I'm going to be listing them in no order, and I'll advise you to really pay attention to this video. I'm also going to be chipping in my own personal experiences and what I have observed and learned from my little journey. All of us have seen Shege. I've seen Shege Pro Max. Okay, so let's shoot. Number one, you have to accept that the breakup has happened. Acceptance. That's the first thing you should do if you're to heal. Look, I'm not even here to pamper anyone. I'm just going to say it the way it is. You should accept it. Stop living in denial. Someone has broken up with you. Whether you're right or they are right, or you were wrong, or they were wrong, or there was something. At that moment where the breakup has happened, accept it. I know it's hard, because I feel love is equivalent to cocaine. Love intoxicates. So when you fall in love, our mental capabilities seem to be impaired. Our sense of judgment seems to be crushed. You can't think. I understand, but accept it. Stop living in denial. Stop. I don't know how people do it. Someone has broken up with you, or they gaslighted you, they ghosted you, and you've put in effort, you've called, you've sent flowers, you've stood by them, you've given them time, you've done everything humanly speaking, and it's even already affecting you. Please accept it. Accept it with two hands. Accept that the breakup has happened. These days, people don't even break up actively. They just break up with you passively. You know what they do? They just move on. They just ghost you or just cut off communication from you. Just accept it. Accept it at that moment. If any miracle will happen, it can happen later. But you're not going to start living in denial or in deferred hope. It has a way of affecting you. You will see yourself stagnant and not moving on. Meanwhile, the other person has moved on. Oh, they are getting fat, looking fresh, traveling, enjoying themselves, probably with someone else, and you're there sulking. Accept it. Don't live in denial. Don't deny it. It's part of your life. It's part of your story. You're going to tell someone about it. You're going to use that story to counsel someone else. Accept it. Okay? Accept that it has happened. Don't try to question it. Embrace it. It's only what you've accepted that you can work on and you can learn from. So the first thing to do is to accept it. Don't assume, don't give them an excuse that, oh, maybe they are not. No, if they are intentional about the relationship, you would see it. They'll put it in their action. So if there is a breakup, accept it. And the second thing to do is to block all access. Man, like I said, love feels like cocaine. I mean, it's intoxicating, and not so many of us have this emotional discipline and emotional boundaries. Like the way a lot of us are wired, and the way we're groomed, our emotional abilities were not really allowed to, to grow and to mature. So we do not know how to handle emotions a lot, especially from this part of the world where I come from. Block every access of communication. I see people do this thing. Someone has broken up with you. They have moved on. Whether they broke up with you passively, actively, spiritually, anyhow, they have moved on. You see what people do? They go back to their social media, to the person who has broken up with them, and start to dote on them. They start to stalk them on social media, checking their statuses, check. I mean, I don't know. Maybe life is so easy for some people. Someone has, this person has moved on clearly. This person is already with someone else. Do you know the worst form of breakup is when someone leaves you for someone else? This person has moved on, no. So there is no coulda, shoulda, woulda inside of it. This person has moved on. And you see these people, they go back on their social media. They go to their social media of the other person and start to stalk them, start to like pictures, start to throw comments here and there. In fact, it's so bad that some people continue to entertain communication, whether by text, by calls, by any form. You can never heal. You can never move on if you still allow communication from someone from your ex. Is it an ex now? I don't even know. You see, I'm even confused in this video. Whether it's an ex now or a present or a future, you know what I'm trying to say. You can't heal because, you see, whatever the heart or the eye sees, whatever you see, the heart gets fonder of it. I think there's an adage like that. The heart grows fonder when it sees something or when it sees something it likes. Okay, so you can imagine when you keep entertaining any form of communication from that person, your heart continues to fall deep, like you continue to fall deeper and deeper in love. Meanwhile, they are simply manipulating you. See, I don't even know how to say this. Most times when someone breaks up with you and they have moved on, they are not even communicating with you to, you see, I don't like this wickedness. So they are not communicating with you to come back and be your girlfriend or your boyfriend. They are communicating with you to allow for friendship so that they can continue enjoying the perks and benefits they were enjoying when they were dating you. Meanwhile, they are committed to someone else. Did you not see? I don't know if you understand my English. They are actually communicating with you just to keep you on a friendship zone. Like, let's be friends. Let's be best friends. Your ex, in fact, no, your ex should not even be your best friend. Maybe if they are, you can't. Why are we even making life so complicated like this? So they come back. Let's be friends. So that they will is manipulative. Yes. So that they will keep enjoying you. They are coming back to you. Okay, let's be friends. They know that you have not moved on. They know that you are still emotionally bound to them. So they want to use that to keep enjoying the perks and the benefits while they are committed to someone else. Do you not see why you should block every access? You can't move on if you still allow any form of communication from someone, especially if that relationship ended on a hurtful note. If it was a relationship where, okay, you talked things through, okay, it was a mutual thing. Even at that, even if it is mutual, the heart can deceive you. Just give it time. Block every access. I've seen this play out, and most times they come back being friends with you and they stop you from actually moving on with your life and moving on with someone else. A lot of times they're actually jealous. They don't want you to move on, but they have moved on. So For you to heal, please block every access. Don't stalk them. Don't try to see if they have gotten a new car, what clothes they are wearing, whatever it is, whatever is happening in their lives is none of your business. Block every access. It will help you to heal. It will help you to grow. It will also help you to, evaluate yourself and see, okay, where you went wrong or what happened and all. You need you at this point. You need you. Delete their number. I told someone this thing a long time ago. Block this person. They will not hear. It's actually hard to advise someone who is in love. Block access. You've called them. They didn't return your calls. You've craved for them. They didn't come back to you. You've sent them messages telling them how much you love them, how much you miss them. They never showed up. You are not their priority. Block them. Accept it. Look, when you... Okay, let me leave this at this point. The third thing you should do is eat and sleep and rest. At this point, eat, sleep, and rest. You need you. In fact, whenever you're going through your heartbreak or something, the most important character in that scene of heartbreak or breakup, whatever, is you. You need you. You're the one carrying. You know what it feels like. So you need you. You need to eat. You need to sleep. You need to eat more. So I'm not a biological. Okay, no, I'm not a doctor, but there's this thing about breakup. So when you're going through pain, especially emotional pain, so you lose appetite, your immune system, gets depleted, your adrenaline is pumping, you have insomnia, all those plenty things. Those are chemical and hormonal reactions, yes, from your nervous system, from your brain. I'm not a doctor, so I'm just going to speak the English, but the serotonin, the neuroprenephrine. I'm not pronouncing it well, but I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say. And all of that, your cortisols and my stress level, whatever. I tried that. At least I'm reading. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is eat and sleep. That's not the time to start losing weight. Man, I've been through a lot of shit. Damn. Okay, eat. Sleep. Try, force yourself. If it means you taking vitamins, supplements to help you boost your appetite, go ahead. Whatever it is you can do, eat and sleep, because a lot is happening in your body. Your nervous system is just everything. The shock of the abandonment and neglect. There's so much you've invested in this person and they walked away, they cheated on you, they lied, they left you to marry someone else, they ghosted you, they gaslighted you. The list is endless. Try and sleep. Your brain is trying to process all these things. Try and sleep. Give it some time. Take time off work. Change environment if that will help you. Eat and sleep. Eat well. Eat so much well. Because at this point, your health is in danger. And if you do not pay attention to your health, at this level, you are prone to any kind of sickness, because your immunity level or system is down. Everything is down. So any form of germs can just cause havoc. Okay? So eat and sleep. The next thing you could do is pamper yourself. You are not the worst person on earth. Me, personally, if I've done a lot for a person, I've loved you, I've supported you, I've done everything. I'm not perfect, but if all the good I do and you still walk away, I'm going to give myself some slack, like cut myself some slack. I mean, if I even had 1% of the love I gave you, I don't think my life would be where it is. You know what I'm trying to say is pamper yourself. Cut yourself some slack. It wasn't entirely your fault. Shower yourself with some gifts. Take yourself out. Go to the spa. Go to the movies. Go for a vacation. Take that. You know what? This is actually a good time for you to take that vacation. Take the vacation. Do whatever makes you happy. Do you. Anything that makes you breathe, do it. Men, breakups aren't easy. I've seen breakups lead people to suicide and all. So if you are going through a breakup and you're still alive listening to this watching this video, I give you a thumbs up and I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You're the best. Like, this is me to you. I mean, you're strong. So, and especially when you're dealing with it alone, man, talking from experience, buy yourself a gift. In fact, be gifting yourself whatever love you gave to that person and your own love tank became empty, right? Start to pour that love on yourself. I think what happens is whenever we get into a relationship, especially relationships that were one-sided, that we give so much, so we pour so much, we pour so much into the person's love tank, and our love tank begins to deplete and get depleted until it gets exhausted, and then the person walks away, and we are there empty, feeling hopeless, feeling like dying and things like that. Now, whatever you did for your partner and they still walked away, why do you think you do not deserve times two? Do it for yourself. If you were buying them gifts, buy for yourself. Take yourself out. Love yourself. Go to the spa. Buy yourself clothes. I mean, take care of yourself. You need you to be you. I mean, the world needs you. And you matter. In fact, you're important. So, take care of yourself. Another thing to do is to forgive and pick up the lessons. You can never heal if you do not forgive your ex or whosoever that has hurt you. Mark my words. I know of a guy who told me that that he cannot love a woman. I mean, no, he said at some point in his life he hated women. And when he said that, I really didn't pay attention to it, right? But until I had an experience with that person, I'm like, oh, now I see. Why should you hate women? If you say you hate women, it means you hate your mom. If you say you hate men, it means you hate your dad, you hate your brothers, you hate your uncles. You shouldn't hate anyone. Forgive. Let me tell you, the people who hurt you are not necessarily bad people. If someone breaks up with you, they are not necessarily bad. 98% of the people who break up with you didn't break up with you because they are bad. And I'm going to explain. They broke up with you because of their own traumas. I've seen someone who walked away even after showing them so much love. They are probably dealing with their own hurts. They are probably struggling with something. Sometimes they also have low self-esteem. Have you ever considered that? Sometimes they feel not good enough. Like, do you know, if someone is used to being beaten, being punched, being cheated on, if someone is used to love, and the person meets a gentle person who gives them pure love, romantic and all, do you know they are going to have a problem with that person? Because that's not what they are used to. So if you were so good to this person and the person walked away, maybe the person is not used to good people. I've had that experience. Some people are scared. People do not believe that they could have someone who will love them, stand by them, wait for them, shower them with everything. So it's not always about you. Just forgive. Think about it. If the person was toxic, what if the person grew up in a broken home, in a home where the father was always beating the mother was always... See, nobody was born bad and no one was born good. We are all a product of our experiences, societal trainings, groomings, parental controls and admonitions and things like that. No one is born good or bad. So whatever it is a person did to you, just forgive for your own sake. Forgive the person for your own sake, for your own sanity, for your own growth, and for your own well-being. Forgive them. Pick up the lessons. I have learned a lot, and I always say this: whenever someone leaves your life, always find ways to improve yourself. And improving yourself not to get back at that person, because obviously you don't have access to that person, so they don't even know what is going on. But you know what? I had an experience recently that made me, realize that, that experience helped me to break a generational cycle. Yes. So pick up the lessons. Now, if I had held on to, this, that, I don't think I would have learned that lesson. learn the lessons, and it helps you to build boundaries, to know what to give to the next person, to know what to expect. Always forgive. If you don't forgive the person that has hurt you, you can never move on, and you can never love the next person effectively. God is always going to send you people who would love you. There's no one good person on earth. God will always send you the next right person within your geographical jurisdiction. But if you're not healed, if you don't forgive, you can't love the person. I've seen men cheat on girls, on women, simply because they never forgave the woman who cheated on them. So they just felt, you know what, all women are the same, and they start to cheat. I've seen crazy things. Like, you see someone starts to, I've seen people gaslight others, ghost people, withdraw, all stupid things. Because they never forgive the person who hurts them. And meanwhile, the person who hurts them has moved on and probably is not even thinking of them. Okay, so you see, forgive, pick the lessons, and be better. No cap, just as it is. Okay, next thing to do is to seek the help of a therapist. See, I've gone through lots of relationship videos and read books and all, and people rarely talk about this. They'll tell you to move on, forgive, you deserve this, blah 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 blah. Look, we are all human beings and our brain is like a computer. Do you know that whatever you give to the computer, right, if you delete it, you can still recall it? Do you know that? If you use a browser to browse for anything and you delete it, you can always go back to the history to recall it. Even if you delete it from the history, there's always, I know, the tech guys, they know you can always recall that thing. That's a computer. How much more the brain? Whatever bad experience we have, if you don't face and deal with the pain, look, you know what the brain does? The brain stores the memory and the pain associated with that memory somewhere, and you will think you're okay. They say time heals people. Time doesn't heal anybody. Time only makes you numb. It makes the pain numb. It makes you move on, but you have not healed. Now, what happens is, when you're faced with the next incident, when you're faced with the next event, you see, trigger, like, you just realize that you start to react in a brash, defensive, that shows that you've not healed. Go and look for a therapist. I don't mean your pastor or anything, a seasoned, well-trained therapist. If you go through a heartbreak, in fact, if you've gone through so much, the way you treat I had to take an evaluation, and in fact, a constructive evaluation about myself. Like, Amaar, why are you always, this cycle that is always repeating itself? It dawned on me that, look, the reason why this cycle is repeating itself is because you didn't attend to the pain of yesterday. Heal from your pain, and you can heal by go through it. Look, seek for the help of a therapist. Because if you don't heal from that pain, something is going to trigger it, and you're going to find yourself taking and making irrational decisions. See, you see people who ghost and gaslight people. They are people who have traumas, pain traumas, whether it's childhood or relationship traumas, whatever kind of trauma, that unresolved pain that they never paid attention to. You see people who are double-mouthed, deceptive, are people who have gone through certain pain that they never paid attention to. And God had to start opening my eyes to certain things. What we do when we go through pain is that we try to use our work. We start to go to work, use work to cover up. We start to distract ourselves by going to work, by taking a course, by, putting in so much effort in our business. Look, what you're doing is you're trying to disassociate your brain from that event and from that pain. But can I tell you, that pain and that event is in your head, is locked up. When you get to the next relationship and, something similar happens, or something that, an assumption, you would react. And then you're wondering, why am I like this? Why am I behaving like this? you're not behaving that way because you're bad. You're behaving that way because you never you didn't resolve the pain. You didn't go to a therapist. That's just what I do. This English is too much. Go and see a therapist. You're going to lose good people. Yes. I'm telling you from my own experience and from the mistakes I've made. Because maybe, who knows, maybe all the guys, all those days, maybe, God, just maybe, who knows? I mean, instead of dealing with all this drama I'm having right now. Okay, so back to what I'm saying. Go and see a therapist. Go and see a therapist so that you won't be formed into what you're not supposed to be formed into. Capiche? Voila. I know you heard me. Okay. Well, just this is supposed to be the number one, but I want to keep it for the last. Go to God. God loves you. Jesus loves you. Go to God. God loves you. Go to God. When you're going through a pain, go to God. The Bible said He is our very present help in a time of need. God, that should be Psalm 42. Yeah, Psalm 42 verse 1, I guess. Right. He is our very present help in a time of need. God knows when you're going through a heartbreak. God sees your tears. He loves you. No matter who walks out of your life, no matter what happens to you, God loves you. So go to Him in prayers. Tell Him about it. Okay, so man, Jesus Christ, this video is so long. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. So give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed, and please, I would like to know your input. Like, I would like you guys to comment, and thank you.